Hi everyone, this is Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, big welcome back. I'm so glad you guys are here. If you are not subscribed yet and you would like to subscribe, hit the subscribe button below the video. And if you hit the little bell that's next to that, you'll be notified when new videos are posted. And I do try to post weekly, so I'll do my best, except last weekend it was a holiday. So full disclosure, this is my second time recording because something happened and my computer died on me. It was really weird. I was recording and it just stopped. So if I get really crazy in this video, that's why I'm doing it twice. All right, shop update first. Lots of fun stuff in this video. I have some super exciting new things I'm going to be talking about. A new pattern that was just released by Stephen West that I want to talk about, and I'm starting to work on it because, of course, I had to cast on a new project. But anyway, I'll talk about them later in the video. And but first of all, shop update. So Advents are still in the shop. I have just a couple, and yes, Advent season in the summer. I don't know why I'm talking about Advent season in the summer, but as what happens with yarn dyeing, you have to start things in advance. So if you guys are familiar with like little those chocolate countdown advents that was from my childhood. That's like what I remember. So this is like that, except it's yarn. So much fun. 24 20-gram minis and one full-size skein of yarn. So excited. It's on varying bases, and you can see that information. If you click the more information under this video, you will then see the listing and see all that information that's in there, yardage, and oh my gosh, the fun bases. And I started dyeing up a few more colors yesterday, which I'm so excited. I really want to knit with this so bad. I have no business. I'm going to be patient. I want to knit on it during Advent season. That is such a tradition of mine now, and I think I've been doing that now for 3 years. I've only been dyeing Advent. This will be my second year dyeing Advents, but I've been actually knitting Advents for, I think this will be my third or fourth year. Is that crazy or what? Third year. Yeah, I think it's my third year. Oh my gosh. It's all because of the past 2 years. Like, you lose track of things. But anyway, I swear, you do. So dyeing up Advent, very exciting. If you do want to purchase one, definitely hop on over. I'd hate for you to miss out. I just have a couple available, and I'm really excited. I'm so excited. So yeah, Advents. Next, we're going to talk about finished objects, and I'll talk about the first one that I talked about last video, which is the Kingston Cardigan. It's a test knit that is due on June 10th. It needs to be done. So I finished it in time. I still have to weave in a few ends and still have to block it. This is on my Bordeaux colorway, which is a limited run colorway. And it is a Corriedale. This is on a Corriedale base. This is not a base that I currently keep in the shop. I just was testing it and I love it. I do love this base. So I am in, hopefully next fall, or this coming fall, hopefully I'll be able to work with the seller that actually produced this wool base and get some in the shop, I hope. That's my goal. I've been in communication with her and she's definitely open to it, so I'm very, very excited about that opportunity. It's a beautiful base. It's very similar to Peruvian Highland wool, but it's kind of like a cross between merino and Peruvian Highland wool. It has like the durability, like the fluffy stitch definition of Peruvian Highland wool, but it has a little bit of a soft, more soft. Peruvian Highland wool is soft, but it's softer and fluffier, so similar to merino, and it's just wonderful. So I held it double. Its fingering weight held double, so it's to get worsted, and I did get gauge. And I do want to kind of point something out, just because I don't know why I need to point it out. You'll see where I joined this for the sleeves. There's like a little bit of a darker or lighter color. This is a tonal yarn anyway, so I mean, it's not crazy, but I notice it. And it kind of is that wonderful character of hand-dyed yarn, you know. That's why you should alternate colors if you don't want that. But if you ever wonder what happens, this is what happens if you don't alternate colors. I thought I might dodge it by holding them double, but it still did it anyway. Oh well. It is what it is. I do love the way it turned out. It fits really well. It hits like right at your, like, oh, it just looks really good. So I think it's going to be excellent with little dresses. It'll be great with jeans too. Very excited to actually test it out. The thing that I found based on my button size and everything, I think this button should have been lower, because where this button is, it fits like the V's in the spot where like Taylor's lined up. So it's probably like knitter error, I don't know, but I'm hoping when I block it, it will elongate just slightly. So hopefully that will then kind of like correct that area a little bit. But otherwise, I will wear it without the top one being buttoned. And if it bothers me enough seeing that button there, I'll just take it off. You know, I'll have an extra button. Everybody likes having an extra button, right? I have literally, I should knock on wood here, I've literally never had to use any buttons that are like extras that come with clothes. Do you guys ever find that? Do you hold on to them? I just watched, who was it? Andrea Mowry. I just watched her weekly video, her podcast, and I watched it, and it was hilarious because she was talking about that too. How she has like a whole container of buttons that are from your clothes that you never use, but you're afraid to get rid of. Yes, that's what it is. But usually I find those buttons that I hold on to are like itty bitty buttons, so they're not buttons that I really wear like to hold the garment shut. I don't know. Anyway, tangent. But yeah, fits really, really well. Love it. A really cute pattern, you guys. It's got this wonderful cabling here. There's cabling down the side. There you go. You can see it. Oh, I have a little pin I gotta remove. This wonderful cabling down the side. Oh my gosh. It was so much fun to knit. So much fun. So thank you so much, Taylor. I don't know if you're going to watch this video, but thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your test knit. It was so much fun, and I definitely want to do more test knitting now. I've always been on the fence about it, but now that I've gotten quicker with knitting and more confident in my capabilities, I feel really good about it. So I'm so grateful. And I loved her pattern. It's so fun. And if you guys like this, definitely keep an eye on her. Follow her on Instagram. I'm sure she'll post on there when the pattern comes available. I'm sure it will be available soon to knit. But yeah, that was a test knit. Excellent pattern. All right. The next one, oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, I think I have the Peruvian Highland wool in this colorway still in the shop. It's Bordeaux, by the way, and it's a limited run. So if you want it, grab it, because it will be gone. And once it's gone, it's gone. Next is another finished object. This is the whippersnapper. Oh my gosh, guys, are you prepared? You're prepared for this adorableness. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Is that not the cutest thing you have ever seen? I have not blocked it yet. I still have to weave in the ends that are like between, like basically wherever I had to join the colors. I still have to weave in some of those ends and then cut it. I definitely have to trim it because this is for little kids, so you don't want all the ends. Like if this was my sweater, I would literally just kind of weave in the ends and leave it. I'm not worried about it, but for a little kid, they kind of would play with that, so I don't really want to do that. Isn't it so cute? Oh my gosh. It is adorable. So this is using Multifarious Nature yarn. It's my yarn that I dyed up. This is Frost Odette. These are all currently in the shop, by the way, on varying bases. This is on a merino nylon blend. This is Odette. This is on a BFL nylon blend. And then Frost again, and then Winter is Coming on BFL nylon blend. Beautiful, variegated. And then we have Lake of Shining Waters. This is on BFL nylon as well. This, you can really see that gorgeous sheen of that BFL. Oh, is so wonderful. And it makes excellent sock yarn, you guys. If you're looking for really, really durable sock yarn, BFL is really good, especially with nylon. And then again, frost. And last but certainly not least, Ocean's Deep, which is just my kind of wonderfully deep, vivid blue. I love this blue. And so I put that on the lower part of the arms and the base of the sweater. And as I mentioned in other videos, instead of doing the ribbing in frost, I did it in the darker colors because this is for a 2 to 3 year old. She could put it on someone younger. This is a gift for one of my friends, by the way. She could definitely put it on her little one when they are younger and roll up the sleeves or something. And so I definitely wanted to make sure that I had darker colors near the end of the sleeves and at the bottom of the sweater because kiddos get into things, and yeah, I wanted to try to have it look, have her be able to use it as long as possible. And it's so cute. It's got this little raglan shaping here. Ribbing, I did a twisted rib cast on, and then I did I did not do twisted rib cast off. I just did your surprisingly stretchy bind off for the base, and then I did do the twisted rib cast off for the body, the bottom of the body. So cute. So cute. Oh my gosh, it's getting blasted out by the sun. Oh, it's not even really that sunny. It's kind of overcast today. There we go. So cute. Such a fun little pattern, and it really did knit up pretty quick because it is for a little person, so it's a lot less stitches, and it's fingering weight. This is a fingering weight sweater. So love it, love it, love it. So I need to block that, and that I also need to finish because I need to give it to her on the 24th. So I'm so grateful that I finished it because now I have plenty of time to block it, and it will be dry, and it will be ready to be wrapped. Hallelujah, thank you. Because I was worried about that. Anyway, whew. So grateful that I finished those in time. All right, now we're going to get into our works in progress here. I have just a couple because I kind of decided to just focus on like 2 projects. I don't know if I'll keep doing that, but I kind of like that because then you really get some progress and you might actually finish some things in a reasonable amount of time. So first, we're going to talk about the Wonderful Exility. This pattern is by, probably should have written down the person it's by. Oh, bear with me, I'll go back here. Okay, by Stricavilla. It's in wool balance base. It is a 50% merino, 50%, or not necessarily merino. I'm just taking liberty that it's merino. It feels like merino. 50% merino, 50%, it's technically 50% wool, 50% cotton. It feels like merino. So there we have it. Oh my gosh, I'm in the body. But wait, there's more. I'm done with the sleeves. How exciting is that? These sleeves just whipped right off the needles. I did a sleeve a night. It literally took me 1 day to do the sleeves. So a couple hours, did a sleeve. So did a sleeve per night. I did, it's very vague with like specifics. So when it says cast off, it literally just says cast off. It doesn't give you direction, which is totally fine if you understand like how to cast something off. So keep that in mind. It's a little, it's a great pattern so far. I love it, but it definitely is more for someone a little more intermediate because you really have to kind of know what you're up to. So I did the tubular cast on, and then I did tubular bind off for the sleeves. I did surprisingly stretchy bind off first, or started to do that, and I did not like the way it looked with this pattern. It did not work. It's with this base, it just did not look very good. So I did tubular, which gives you a really nice finished edge. So there we have that. And then this lacework section, it's just on point, isn't it? I'm so excited. Oh gosh. I want to finish it so bad so that I can wear this to work, because this would be a really nice little tee to wear to work as it gets warmer. And now I am just working and stocking that goodness all the way down. I still have a couple skeins left of this old wool that my mom and my sister found for me, which I'm so grateful. Thank you guys. Excellent find. So I am working away on that, trying to get length built, and then once I get to the point where I feel really good about the length and have used most of it, then I will bind off. The pattern actually calls for you, like most patterns, to do the yoke, hold the stitches for the sleeves, and then work the body, and then go back to the sleeves. Well, I did put the stitches on hold, and then the body stitches on hold, and then went and did the sleeves. That way I knew exactly how much wool I would have left over, so I could just go nuts with the length and not worry about running out of wool for the sleeves. So that's a little trick that I guess if you're a new knitter, you might not realize, but because I didn't when I first started knitting, and now I realize, yes, you can do this. To me now, it seems like a no-brainer, but at the time, I didn't realize it. So for those of you that are new knitters, this is a trick you can do. So either you can, if you're working, you finish your yoke, you split for the sleeves, you can either, what I would recommend is start knitting part of the body. Of course, this depends on what type of wool you're using or whatever, color and all that, but this one is much more it's a commercial type yarn. So it is very much the same. Each skein looks very similar, so, or the same dye lot looks very similar. So I'm not worried about it like having major lines and everything. So it is, I just knit a little bit further on the body. Then I just put, I use interchangeable needles. I took the needles off, put the stoppers on so their stitches wouldn't slide off. And then I just did circular knitting for one sleeve, bound off, went to the other side, bound off, and then put the needles back on the body and kept knitting. So it's totally up to you what you want to do, but I'm just recommending that because I have found, especially since most patterns tend to be cropped or shorter, I like longer sweaters. I just do. That's the way I am. It's me. I know some people love crop sweaters, and they're so cute. The crop sweaters are so cute. And if I could find a sweater that I would mainly just wear with like dresses and not as like a sweater with jeans, then I would probably use a crop sweater because they're freaking adorable and they look so cute. Some of them are so cute, but I just don't feel comfortable. I feel kind of self-conscious if I'm wearing jeans and it's like riding up, and I just don't want to show that skin. I just don't want to. So it's me. But anyway, yes, I like to make my sweaters longer. So I now know that the skeins that I have left, I'm only using for the body, and I just have to be mindful of when I need to do the ribbing. And that's it. It's that wonderful. So super exciting. I am just knitting away and stocking at bliss right now, and it's wonderful, and I feel really good about it, you guys. I feel really good. I have a couple more inches that the pattern recommends, and then I have to see how that fits, and then I will see if I'm going to start the ribbing or just continue doing stockinette and then do the ribbing later. So really excited about that. It's going really well, and the end is in sight. Like, I can wear it. I'm going to be able to wear that this summer. I know I will. I'm committing to that. I put it out into the universe now. You guys need to hold me accountable. Summer. And next is the new Stephen West pattern. Brand spanking new. It was released this Thursday, and I don't know why I'm knitting it necessarily, because his patterns are amazing. I love his patterns. But it's using something that you would not necessarily think about knitting in the summer. Not that you like have to knit a certain material during certain times of the year. But, okay, so it's alpaca. I'm using alpaca, but not only is it alpaca, it's Surrey alpaca, so the fluffy, warm alpaca. I'm sure you could make, like, a short sleeve, like, airy top with the alpaca, Surrey alpaca, and it would be fine. Like that ranunculus. Okay, you guys, I'm getting sucked into it. If this is like, again, I'm putting it out into the universe. If you guys see me with a ranunculus in the near future, that might be because I got sucked into it, because everybody and their brother is making them. And not that I want to just do it because everybody else is doing it. I definitely don't want to do that. But they're so stinking cute. Talking about cute shirts that are sweaters that are cropped. Adorable. You guys seen the ranunculus? I'm sure you've seen the ranunculus. Everybody, apparently, except me, has made a ranunculus. They're freaking adorable. It's got like lace work and texture going on in the yoke, and which I'm all for. I'm all for it. Most of my sweaters tend to have little yoke decoration and then stockinette body. It's adorable. It's wonderful. It gives you some challenge, but then stockinette goodness where you don't have to pay attention and you can just knit away. Anyway, I would not be surprised if in the near future you see me making a ranunculus, because every time I see one, I go, ooh, I want to cast one on so bad. I'm telling you, I'm getting sucked into it. I tried to fight it. I tried. I've heard multiple podcasters now that I watch, like the majority of them have now made a ranunculus. And Volenvine made one like a month ago or so, and when she made one, I was like, okay, that's adorable. She made it in mauve, of course, because that's like her color. And I'm thinking, gosh darn it. Now I'm really getting sucked in. And then I saw, who else was it? Oh my gosh, you guys. There's another podcaster that just made one. And, oh, I know who it was. It's Edible Thoughts Makes. Sorry, I don't remember her first name. I'm terrible sometimes. But she made one, and it's beautiful. It's like a lilac colorway. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's so cute. It's so cute. I want to make one now because it's in purple. I mean, it's purple, and I love purple. Oh, no. I'm fighting it, but I'm telling you, if you see me with a ranunculus, it's because I fell down the rabbit hole and I got sucked in. But anyway, I saw this. I follow Stephen West on Instagram, and it popped up in my feed that he had this pattern coming out. It's called the Rain or Shine Shawl, and you know I was talking about, for Advent, doing the habitation throw. I'm pretty set on that, and I still am. I'm still set on it. I just want to make something like that, though, that's like very simple and meditative, which is why I'm enjoying the stockinette. But then it's like I want like a little thing in there where I kind of have to pay attention. And if you aren't familiar with this, you will be now. It's the Rain or Shine Shawl. It's a brand new shawl by Stephen West. He just released it on Thursday. It's beautiful, and it uses mohair. Now, I don't use mohair. I have nothing against mohair, but it tends to make me itch. I'm one of those people that are sensitive to mohair. However, I have found that Surrey alpaca, which is wonderfully soft, fluffy, cloudy amazingness, which is, baby alpaca, basically. Baby alpaca and silk. Oh, it's like a wonderful thing. And I do have some of that in the shop, by the way, if you're looking for some. I do have some. Some of the colorways I may have borrowed for my shawl. And I don't have them in the shop. Okay, so they're one-of-a-kind colorways that I'm going to show you. I have the bases dyed up on the colorways dyed up on different bases, but because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to use both skeins that were in my Surrey that I have dyed up. Sorry. If I don't use the other skein, I'll put it back in the shop. Okay, full disclosure, but it's beautiful. Okay, let me show you. So this is my Rain or Shine Shawl by Stephen West, and I am using, these are all Multifarious Nature colorways except for one. Are you prepared? Oh, isn't this pretty? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. All right. So it's holding the Surrey alpaca double, and it's holding multiple colorways double. Okay, I'm going to show you to try to explain this. But there's a super fun like slip stitch stuff going on, and that is what adds some fun. But it's wonderful. Oh gosh, it's garter stitch, so it's basically knitting back and forth, goodness, with some, makeup, adding stitches here and there, and then slipping. I can barely speak, it's so wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to show you the colorways, and then show you what they look like knit up together. I'm so excited. All right, the first colorway we have is Tropical. I do have this in the shop, but like I said, I stole both of my Surrey alpaca base on this because I think I need it for the pattern. But if I don't need the second one, I will put it back in the shop. Yeah, love it. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so soft. So this is Tropical, which I do have on other bases, which, yeah, amazing. So the way this pattern works is you have to hold two lace weight together, basically, and the alpaca or mohair is nice and fluffy, so it makes it bigger, but you hold it double. So I've got Tropical, which is a gorgeous corally color with some pinks in here, and this is just a beautiful color all the way around. Next colorway is Aurora, which again, I took all of the ones I had in this base. That was colorway in the shop, but I definitely have more of this colorway on different bases. And it's a beautiful, variegated, like mauve-y color with some, speaking of mauve-y color with some like rose color in here and some little bits of yellow here and there and some blue here and there. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And again, this is my Surrey alpaca base, which is so pretty. Okay, and then next is a one-of-a-kind colorway that I dyed up with some brown mix that I made, and it's absolutely beautiful. It glows. It has kind of a copper look to it. So pretty. So I may create a colorway similar to this to keep in the shop, but this was just a one-of-a-kind that I messed with. So there's that one, and then the other colorway that I'm using is Raspberry on a BFL lace weight. So I ran out of, I just rated the Surrey alpaca bases that I had that were dyed up, and I only had a couple colorways that I wanted to put together, and so I went after this was left over from a different shawl that I had made. I had a bunch of it left, and it is lace weight, and this is that beautiful raspberry colorway, which I do also have in the shop, but on different bases. Is a BFL lace, and look at that gorgeous sheen. Oh my gosh, I just love BFL. It's so pretty. Okay. And then I have this base, which is a cream color, which again, this is left over from my shawlography that I did. And this is not a Multifarious Nature base. This was just leftover that I had, and I can't for the life of me remember the brand. I'm sorry. But it's, again, another lace weight. So I'm just holding them all double. And so this is what happens. So this is Tropical with Aurora, and it creates this beautiful mauve-y with purple specks in it because of the two mixed together. And this one is Aurora and my one-of-a-kind brown coppery color. And then we have the brown coppery one-of-a-kind colorway with raspberry. And I just love how that looks. Isn't that pretty? And then raspberry and that white colorway. And then Tropical and the white colorway together. And I just keep going. And you keep repeating based on the pattern, and it's so much fun, you guys. If you're looking for a really fun knit that is just very meditative, and you don't really want to make a blanket right now, but you don't mind making a shawl that's big, possibly. The nice part about this pattern is technically you can stop at any point, is what Stephen Lewis said. So, like, you could basically bind off now if I wouldn't, but you can do, like, I basically could use half of this, Surrey, like this whole skein, and see where that gets me and stop at that point. I can't guarantee I'm going to do that because I kind of like bigger shawls. I do. But if I do feel like it's big enough and I bind off, then I'll put those other skeins, because I did not wind them up yet. I did not kick them up. They're still in skein form. I will kick them up and then, or I will leave them skein form and just relist them in the shop. And then someone can totally copy me and do the same thing if they want. But at the moment, you know, is what it is. But you could use fingering weight, basically, and do this pattern. But if you hold fingering weight double, it's going to be a heavier weight. However, you'll just end up with a bigger shawl. Like, what's the big deal about a bigger shawl? A bigger shawl is excellent. So I love Stephen West patterns. I love his mentality as well. Like, he would be so for it. He'd be like, oh yeah, you know, totally use different weights of yarn and go for it. Because he likes to play, and I just love it. If you guys aren't familiar with Stephen West, if you go on YouTube and look up West Knits, he has a channel on there. He has little videos, and his recent video I just love. I think it's the West Knit something like tour. I'm sorry, I've got a little bit of a headache going on now. Oh dear. He has his recent video goes through a little bit of his studio area. He talks a little bit about his process of creating. I just love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, and this little charm, I picked up a couple. I'll show you some in other videos. I've become like addicted to Progress Keepers, you guys. So this one is from a designer, her little shop. She has an Etsy shop as well, but I actually bought it from her website. And it's called While They Play is the name of her company. And these have these beautiful little dried flowers that are encased in, what's that called? I don't know what it's called. It's terrible. Oh my gosh. It's basically like plastic, but when you mix epoxy, there we go. I knew it would come to me eventually. Yeah, it's encased in that, and then of course it cures and becomes hard, and it's just so pretty. So this one reminds me a little bit of fall, but I still use it anyway. I got a couple different ones, and so I've got that one on here. It just seems to be very Stephen West to me. So loving this pattern so far. I am fighting to work on it because I want to finish that tee, but I started working on this one yesterday. So, no, Friday. No, yesterday. Yesterday? It was either Friday night or yesterday. I can't, I think it was Friday night. Friday night I did it. I did a lot on Friday night. So, but then again, remember, this is like a small section, and it's going to get bigger and bigger, and the bigger and bigger it gets, the longer it will take to finish a row. But it's just stitching, or knitting stitches and slipping, so it's amazing. It's so much fun. So you guys should totally make this with me. It is a paid-for pattern. I did buy it. I apologize. He had a sale going on. He might not have the sale anymore. But if he does, if you jump on his Instagram, he has a coupon code there. And if the coupon is still good, then you can get, I think it was 15% off, which is excellent, off this pattern. And it's so much fun. So much fun, and you should totally make one with me. I don't even care that it's summer and I'm working with Surrey alpaca. I don't care. It's just so much fun to knit. There will be days I won't work on it when it's like 90 degrees out, but it's so much fun, so much fun. So anyway, if you have mohair or you have Surrey alpaca sitting around and you're like, I don't know what to do with it, Rain or Shine Shawl, join, come to the dark side. Anyway, yeah, I think one of the bases that I have Surrey in currently dyed up, I think, is my Butterfly Kisses colorway, which is a blue with some purple fun goodness in there. And I swear I have another one too, but I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the colorway that I have it dyed on. But I'm pretty sure I do. I should have been good and wrote down the notes of which colorways I have. But anyway, yeah, if you are looking for some, hop on over to the website. I'll include my link below, always, multifariousnature.com, and yeah, you guys check it out. But what are you guys up to? What have you been doing lately? What are you creating? I still have to get my skates out. It's like getting warmer, so I need to get my skates going so I can do some roller skating. I'm just so busy knitting and dyeing yarn. And one of these days though, I will start roller skating again because I need to do that. But I do, of course, have my other works in progress over here that I am like slowly but surely working on. But the really exciting part is I'm whittling through them because I'm excited. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear what you're up to, and I hope that you're doing well. And I hope you're making things. I do really hope that you are. I have a work in progress that I'm debating ripping out. I should just finish it. I should just do it. It's the Ripple Bralette. It's by Jessie Mae Designs. I used kind of a unique yarn to make it, and I'm just still on the fence about the durability of it. And then somewhere along the way, I think I went wrong because I looked at when excuse me. Oh my goodness. Big yawn. Because I split for the little straps that I need to make, and I don't think they're in the right spot. I think I have I don't know. I think I went wrong somewhere. So I don't know. I'm debating whether I want to rip that one out. I normally am not picky, but because it's a bralette, so your straps have to be in a certain spot. Yeah, I might rip it out. Oof, I don't know. I'm still not sure. I'm not sure about that one. But anyway, I've got so many projects I want to make still. And of course, I keep casting projects on because of Wild Abandon. But I can't help myself. And the good part is I'm going through things that I had in my stash. So these two were in my stash that I had already used. And now they're being used in another project, which is very exciting. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. And yeah. If you're spinners, do you guys have this is really weird, but very tangenty. For spinning, I started trying to use some of my Gotland yarn. My first fleece that I washed, I did the lamb's fleece, and I washed it, and oh my gosh, it's so soft. It's amazing. It's so amazing. But I was trying to spin it, and I was struggling. It kept breaking the yarn, not the wool, but I was just having a hard time spinning it. And it's definitely spinner error, but I don't know if I have all of a sudden developed my death grip again. I tried doing a merino bat that I had that I had already spun most of it, and so I was just trying to finish it up. I literally have this much more fiber, maybe an ounce worth of fiber left that I need to spin up so I can then ply it, but I'm struggling. I keep breaking it. Every time I try, I keep breaking it, and it's so frustrating. I don't know if it's just because I'm so stressed. I'm literally doing death grip on it. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. There are days where I spin and it just could keep going for hours and I'd be fine. And then there are days where I literally do death grip and I can't spin more than an inch and then it breaks and I get frustrated and have to stop. So crazy. So crazy. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, and I need to take some headache medication because my head is really starting to pound now. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Have a great rest of your week. Take care. Bye.